What does this mean?
Dopamine is a neurotransmitter in our brains. It's often known as the pleasure chemical, but it doesn't actually create pleasure. It helps our brain connect the reward we get out of doing an activity, the pleasure we feel, with the activity itself. And it does a lot of other things too. Dopamine also helps with cognitive and emotion regulation, movement, pain processing, even sleep. As you probably know, ADHD brains and dopamine have a complicated relationship, partly because ADHD brains process dopamine differently. We tend to have lower baseline levels of dopamine floating around in our brain. That dopamine doesn't always make it to our dopamine receptors on time, and our reward system doesn't activate in anticipation of a future reward in the same way that neurotypical brains do, which is why we might be more susceptible to more immediate forms of dopamine, and why ADHD is typically treated with stimulant medication to increase those levels. For more about dopamine and how it's related to ADHD, subscribe.